Hi folks, it's Ollie here from Happy, and today I'm in Studio A at Noise Machines taking a look at something special from Shure. This is the SM7dB. In case you missed it, this year is the 50th anniversary of the classic Shure SM7, the predecessor to the modern staple, the SM7B. To celebrate, Shure has given us a brand new updated model. If I were to put on a blindfold and walk in a straight line here in Studio A, there's a pretty decent chance I'd trip up on an SM7B. And I'd say that's probably the case in almost every music studio and podcasting setup around the world. It's arguably the most famous microphone. And now, with so many industries leaning further into podcasting and content creation, the SM7B is only becoming more and more common as the mic of choice. So I suppose the main question we all have about the SM7dB is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, here's the thing, they haven't actually fixed it. This is the same cartridge, shock mount, and internals as the standard SM7B. Well, the SM7dB has an all-new Shure-designed built-in preamp with technology licensed from Cloud, offering up to 28 decibels of adjustable gain. The preamp has been tuned by Shure's expert engineers specifically for the SM7dB to ensure the iconic SM7 sound is able to live on inside this mic, unchanged and unaltered. So the big deal is that now, with one of these gain boosters inbuilt, which can provide either an extra 18 dB or an extra 28 dB of boost when it's provided with phantom power, artists don't have to buy an extra inline preamp, which means less pesky cables laying around the studio. If you ever had the pleasure of working with an SM7B, you'll know exactly why this is a huge deal. Oftentimes, and particularly for voiceover application, the SM7B needs a lot of gain to get it up and running at a comfortable recording level. The issue is when recording with affordable audio interfaces, as many of us are in home studios and podcast rigs, the cheaper preamps tend to get a bit noisy when you push them. This isn't a huge issue if you're recording loud sources like snare drums and guitar amps, but for vocals and dialogue, the added noise floor really isn't a whole lot of fun for listeners. I've got Awa here, a Sydney songwriter who's going to be sharing a little of her music with us so we can have a listen. What you're about to hear is some guitar and some vocals both recorded through the SM7dB.
I haven't taken a day of drinking since you gave me reason to keep my addiction. I really should take a day sober. Time is longer, everything's harder. Pour me some liquor so my inhibitions taste is vile. I'm in denial. Everybody has their fixation. Is this a problem or am I just young? Do I need therapy or is this fun? I'm overthinking and it's tied me up. Do I seem normal or am I too? And what do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want? I wanna put you down, I wanna put you down.
I don't know about you guys, but as far as sound goes, this is an SM7B and it does SM7B things. It gives your guitars a little more weight and warmth than miking with a standard SM57, and on vocals, it gives you that lovely front of the mix sound with lots of room rejection, just like we've come to expect. There's no real surprises here. I'm a big fan of the fresh new back panel, which has seen some subtle improvements. Of course, you have your switches to enable and choose the amount of gain boost you'd like from the preamp, but they've also rehashed the design for the bass roll-off and presence boost switches. It's a nice touch because I never really found myself reaching for the switches on the back of the original SM7B. Having them so easily accessible on this model will definitely encourage some more tonal shaping right at the source. It's always worth considering adding an SM7B or a second or a third to your mic locker because they just work. And they just work on everything. And while the base model will still be kicking around, for the extra dollars, I'll definitely recommend picking up the SM7dB for that inline gain boost, especially if you're looking into it for vocals or for dialogue. It'll be cheaper than having to pair your mic with a cloud lifter, and it'll save you the extra cable length floating around on your studio floor. The SM7dB is set to release at 1,099 Aussie dollars, and you should see them on shelves in your local authorized Shure retailer shortly. Cheers for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please like and subscribe. We'll catch you next time for more gear that we find exciting.
Don't make me lose you and find you off the list.